He was 4 years old when his parents lied about his age just so he could keep up with kids 2 years older than him. By 6, he wasn't just keeping up. He was outskating them. Today, he's the captain of the Edmonton Oilers, a 3-time Hart Trophy winner, a 5-time scoring champion, and widely considered the best hockey player walking the planet. This is the complete story of Connor McDavid, the boy from Richmond Hill, Ontario, who was built for one thing: speed. From a cold basement rink to a $100 million contract, from heartbreak on the biggest stage in hockey to a brand new deal that could define his legacies. This is everything. From the beginning to right now, Connor Andrew McDavid was born on January 13, 1997, in Richmond Hill, Ontario, and raised nearby in Newmarket. His parents, Kelly and Brian McDavid, weren't hockey royalty. His mom played recreational hockey before switching to skiing, and his dad was just a high school player and a die-hard Boston Bruins fan. But hockey ran through the house anyway. Connor started skating at age 3, practicing on rollerblades in the family basement. He wanted to play organized hockey so badly that his parents fudged his age just to get him on a team with 5-year-olds when he was only 4. By 6, he was already competing against 9-year-olds. He also grew up in the shadow and the support system of his older brother Cameron McDavid, who played junior hockey himself before eventually stepping away from the game and building a career in finance and healthcare investment. By the time Connor was a teenager, it was obvious he wasn't just good, he was different. Hockey Canada granted him exceptional player status, an incredibly rare designation that let him skip ahead and play major junior hockey a full year early. He joined the Erie Otters of the OHL, and the hype train never slowed down again. Scouts started calling him the next Gretzky before he'd even been drafted. That's not a nickname most 16-year-olds can survive. Connor thrived under it. In 2015, the Edmonton Oilers won the NHL draft lottery and selected Connor McDavid first overall. Edmonton, a franchise that had been rebuilding for years, suddenly had its cornerstone. His rookie season didn't go smoothly. A broken collarbone sidelined him for months, but the flashes he showed were enough. He still made the NHL All-Rookie team and was a finalist for the Calder Trophy as top rookie. Then came 2016-17. 100 points, and at just 19 years old, he became the youngest player in NHL history to win the Hart Trophy as the league's leading scorer. That same season, he won the Hart Memorial Trophy as league MVP and the Ted Lindsay Award, voted on by the players themselves. Arguably the highest form of respect in the sport. From there, the trophies kept stacking up. Multiple Art Ross trophies, multiple Hart trophies, a Rocket Richard trophy for most goals in a season, and in 2024, something remarkable. After Edmonton lost the Stanley Cup final, McDavid still won the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP, becoming only the 6th player in NHL history to win it on the losing team. That tells you everything about how dominant he was, even in defeat. Let's talk stats, because McDavid's numbers are almost unfair. Since entering the league, he's racked up over 1,000 career points in barely more than 700 games. A points-per-game pace that puts him in conversation with the greatest offensive players who have ever lived. He's a 5-time Art Ross Trophy winner, a 3-time Hart Trophy MVP, a 4-time Ted Lindsay Award winner, and he's led Edmonton to back-to-back Stanley Cup final appearances. The one thing missing? The Stanley Cup itself. Edmonton fell to the Florida Panthers in the final in both 2024 and 2025. 2 gut-wrenching losses that have only added fuel to McDavid's drive. Every accolade, every record, every highlight reel goal. None of it fully satisfies him until that trophy is in Edmonton. Now let's get into the business side, because McDavid's financial story is just as interesting as his on-ice one. In 2017, he signed an 8-year, $100 million contract extension with the Oilers, at the time the richest deal in NHL history, carrying an average annual salary of $12.5 million. Here's the wild part. As the salary cap kept climbing around the league, McDavid's contract became one of the biggest bargains in professional sports. Other stars around the NHL were signing extensions worth $17 million or more a year. McDavid could have easily asked for a similar number. Some insiders believe he could command a contract in the 20 to 25 million range if money were his only priority. Instead, in October 2025, McDavid signed a short 2-year, $25 million extension with Edmonton, again at that same team-friendly $12.5 million annual value, deliberately taking less than his own teammate, Leon Draisaitl, who signed for $14 million a year. Why? McDavid was blunt about it. "I obviously said I was committed to winning here, and I meant that." The deal gives the Oilers extra salary cap room to build a true championship roster around him, and it sets a 2-year clock for the franchise to finally win it all before he can test free agency again, after the 2027-28 season. Beyond his on-ice salary, McDavid has built a strong endorsement portfolio over the years with major brands, and his overall net worth is estimated in the tens of millions, a number that will only keep climbing as new deals and business ventures roll in. Away from the rink, McDavid keeps his circle tight. He's married to Lauren Kyle, a Canadian entrepreneur and interior designer who built her own name in Edmonton with multiple ventures: an interior design studio, a furniture and lifestyle brand, and hospitality projects in the city's downtown core. The two got married in a summer 2024 ceremony in Ontario cottage country that even landed coverage in international fashion press. Family stays close to the center of his world. His parents, Kelly and Brian, are frequently by his side at big moments, and his older brother Cameron, the one who first pushed him on the ice as a kid, married his longtime partner in the summer of 2025, with Connor front and center in the wedding party. Interestingly, McDavid's world is deeply connected to his own locker room. Lauren Kyle grew up close friends with Celeste Desjardins, the partner of his teammate Leon Draisaitl, a friendship that's helped bond hockey's two best players together off the ice, not just on it. As for the lifestyle that comes with being one of the highest-earning athletes in Canada, the cars, the properties, the luxury that so often follows superstar athletes, McDavid has always kept that side of his life notably private compared to stars in bigger US markets. He's known more for being seen at rinks, charity events, and quiet family gatherings than for flashy displays of wealth. It's a deliberate approach. Let the hockey speak, and keep the rest close to home. So what's left for a player who has already rewritten the record books before turning 30? One thing really, the Stanley Cup. McDavid has said over and over that individual accolades don't drive him anymore, winning does. His new contract was specifically structured to give Edmonton the financial flexibility to load up the roster around him and Draisaitl for a real title run. The 2-year term isn't a coincidence. It's a deadline McDavid essentially set for his own franchise. There's also the international stage. McDavid was part of Canada's team at the Four Nations Face-Off, and he's set to represent Canada at the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina, the first NHL Olympic appearance in years, and a chance for McDavid to add Olympic gold to a resume that's missing very little else. And then there's the business side of Lauren Kyle's growing empire in Edmonton, a city the couple has clearly chosen to plant deep roots in, rather than chase a bigger market or a bigger spotlight. From a 4-year-old on rollerblades in a basement in Ontario, to the fastest, most dangerous player in the NHL, Connor McDavid's story isn't finished. He's already a lock for the Hall of Fame. He's already one of the richest athletes in Canadian sports history. But if you ask him what actually matters, it's not the money and it's not the trophy sitting on his shelf. It's the one trophy that isn't there yet. And if the last 2 seasons taught us anything, it's that Connor McDavid isn't done chasing it. Not even close.